Hey, what's going on, everybody? Eric Taylor, Taylor 2 Coaching. I'm back, continuing my Moon Through the Houses series. So, today, it's time. I want to take you to a dark place. We're talking about the moon in the 8th house. All right? So, you know what the moon is. Your breath, your soul, your emotions, the check engine light in the car, the bedroom in the house, Netflix and chill. It's your mother, your caring, your nurturing, your intuition, your intuitive sensibilities, your feelings, right? Those deep emotions. That's why it's at home in Cancer, but exalted in Taurus, because the moon is very close to the earth. So you know it's a planet in astrology. In the real world, it's a luminary. The lunar calendar, and the moon controls the tides of the ocean. It's how we plant our fruits and vegetables, the farmer's almanac, right? The Jews go by the lunar calendar. The moon is everything. It's also your family. All right? This is how your mind emotionally reacts. It's that moon. It's who you truly are. All right? On autopilot, you don't think about it. So when you're dealing with the 8th house, you guys know this. This is the place where if you know astrology, everybody loves it. If you don't know astrology and you only hear, it's a dark place. It's death and rebirth, transformation, sex, debt, taxes, inheritance. After the marriage, the merging of the souls, intimacy, control, obsession. Everything's sort of hidden and underground. The secrets, the lies, ancient knowledge, the occult, metaphysics, right? Numerology, tarot, astrology, white magic, black magic, voodoo, santeria, brujeria. But it's also under the ground, right? Hades, the underworld. So we're talking about gems, crystals, herbs, right? Oil, doTERRA, those gems and crystals that you need so much right now. So if you have the moon here, right? This is for your moon in 8th house birth chart, natal placement. You, and this is the house of sudden events, your emotions and your mind, you go through a lot of sudden events, a lot of emotional ups and downs that you could have gone through in childhood. Your mother could have been emotionally into secret things. She could have been into astrology or deep spirituality, right? Reiki, tantric sex, but also very vague and secretive. And she could have had emotional ups and downs and swings, which could have made your relationship, male or female, relationship with mom a little challenging at times, a little difficult. She's there one minute and then she's not there the next. And remember, because it's in conjunction is to the 1st house, it's opposing the 2nd, right? You know, we're trining the 12th and the 4th. You are very connected emotionally and spiritually to not only the truth, but your ancestors, to spirituality. The moon here is a very deep spiritual place. And these people, they are like amazing psychologists, amazing healers, chiropractors, Reikis, ER nurses, because the sudden events, you can deal with the trauma, pain, and crises of life. Sometimes you expect it. But these people have intuitive and psychic abilities. So they won't say things sometimes to you, but you can almost feel naked around them because they don't project it, but they reflect it. And they can sense if they know the BS meter. They can sense when you're lying. They can sense when their children are lying, their spouse is lying. Okay? It's hot out here. The moon in the 8th house, people. Now, if it's Cancer or Taurus, it's in a great place. Right? So if the moon in 8th house is Capricorn or Scorpio, it's not as good. The moon likes being in Virgo. Doesn't mind Libra. Communicates well in Gemini. Can be a little fiery and impulsive in Aries, and passionate and creative in Leo, and Sag, it wants to live by its beliefs and philosophies, the law, but it wants adventure and travel. So the 8th house, you're dealing with your in-laws and inheritance and debt and taxes. So you could have a lot of financial ups and downs with you and your spouse, okay? You can have your in-laws love you one minute, and the next minute they're like, why did you marry that man? What's up with your wife? Also, you can work, not only as the ER nurse, but you can work as like a massage therapist, a Reiki healer, a gemologist. I talked about the doTERRAs, and you could be into biology and plants. This is also a great placement for the child psychologist. You could be adopted, you could be an orphan. You can work with children in orphanages, or adopted children, or abused children. Now, remember that in conjunction to the ascendant, these people sometimes go through transformations through physical injuries. Sometimes, unfortunately, it could be abuse. You can have issues with your family as a child, right? And you need to know what's conjuncting it, right? I always tell you, hit me up, taylor2coaching@gmail.com. Get your birth chart done. You need to know all of it. And that's a great time for a spin around, spin around. Because the moon, it's, I'm telling you, it's so intuitive and sensitive. You really, how can I say this? I guess the best way, you don't want to cheat on an 8th house moon person. That would not be good for you. Okay? Your husband, your wife, they'll know. Okay? They will know if a swing is attacking them. But having this placement to calm things down, number one, you can have issues as a child with sort of your material wealth can fluctuate for your family, and there could be a separation from your family, a parent dying, a divorce, things like that. Okay? And maybe you live with a grandparent, especially if you have Saturn in the 2nd house. If it's opposing the Pluto, there could definitely be a passing away. You want to look at the trine with the 4th and 12th house in terms of how you are with your mother, your ancestors, your spirituality, foreign travel, and your emotional stability. But you can be psychic. But you must meditate 15, 30 minutes a day, early in the morning, drink your water before you eat anything, meditate. Get that intimate time with yourself, because that's how you can get emotionally stable. And be honest with yourself. You love watching zombie shows about death, the end of the world. You're kind of not only intrigued by these secrets and these, what's this show, like Killer Wives, or, just whatever. I mean, you could see all different types of stuff. But there is a curiosity to investigate. These people can be great astrologers, right? Great Reiki healers, metaphysical healers, do spiritual intuitive readings. yoga, teachers and masters. But you yourself, you've got to balance your emotions through meditation and deep breathing work. It's going to keep your heart and your emotional mind together and balanced. I beg of you. And I would keep a dream book. Okay? I mean, you'll have the ups and downs with your mom, but you'll work it out. And maybe you pray and meditate with your mom. That could actually help the relationship, male or female, okay? You'll definitely, have your times where your emotions are kind of all over the place. And the key to stabilize it is that meditation, but you need to get enough rest. You need your 8 to 10 hours. All right? And I would do the journaling, writing the letters to your younger self, because you need to hear those second house childhood wounds, right, from your food intake, for your survival needs, your 5 senses. You need music, and you're very sensitive sometimes to sound. And intimacy is key. Depending on what's in that 8th house, you can be very sexual, but it's more not like you're some sex freak. It's more merging of the soul. Now, you can have some people that get into porn, but a lot of people, it's not about that. It's more about they want to feel that they can emotionally trust someone, and then that's how they can transform and self-heal in the deep intimacy of a committed marriage. Okay? That's key. And that will get easier after your Saturn returns. Don't get married before 29, 30. I would say if I was God or president, that would be the law, the rule. But Moon in 8th house, you gotta get more mature and understand your own emotional response. You can be pretty intense with your emotions and go through some serious obsession or control issues. All right? Give yourself a break and understand, what you're working with and your spiritual powers. Because Moon in 8th house, you are a spiritual powerhouse. Leo Ascendant with that Pisces moon here. Yeah. This is an interesting placement. So, like always, I hope you enjoy my Moon Through the Houses series. Watch them all, moving along. Obviously, 9 through 12 is coming soon. We're going to get back to some Pluto and Neptune videos. Uranus is done. Well, it will be done, because Uranus and Taurus is coming up soon, I promise. But thank you always. Hope you're enjoying my Knowledge is Love podcast, my lives. Check out Thursday, June 24th. Wisdom Drops, episode 17 of Knowledge is Love podcast. Tanya Adrina, 2 astrologers, breaking down Cancer season and the full moon in Capricorn. It's going to be fun. But Moon in the 8th house. Don't obsess about death. Try to stay in the physical realm. You could get into some dark places in the spiritual realm. And your spiritual gifts and abilities, use them for positivity. Don't get into black magic and trying to put spells on people. It's not good karma, no bueno. All right? And anybody watching this, if your spouse is Moon in 8th house, do not lie to them. You'll never get away with it. Never. All right? Eric Taylor, Taylor to You Coaching. Check out everything down below. Follow me at Big 3 Astrology on Twitter, at Taylor2C, and join my Facebook groups. Let's start having some conversations. All right? And YouTube and Facebook Live, Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. All right? June 24th, Thursday, 2021. And go back and watch it if you're watching this in 2031. I'll be here waiting for you. Eric Taylor, tailored to your coaching. Bye, Moon in the 8th house. I know you like it dark. And I know you like it intense and intimate. You're something else. Tailored to you coaching. Peace. Later.